Все, можете починати.
Дякую. Отже, будемо розпочинати. Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Сьогодні у нас 27 грудня 2023 року, 10:00, і дозвольте розпочати засідання. Відповідно до рішення Вченої ради Сумського національного аграрного університету номер 5 від 17 жовтня 2023 року та наказу ректора номер 594К від 25.10.2022 року у Сумському національному аграрному університеті утворено спеціалізовану вчену раду для прийняття до розгляду та проведення разового захисту дисертації Лі Чжуочжан на тему «Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy» українською управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки на здобуття ступеню доктора філософії у галузі знань 07 управління та адміністрування за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. Склад спеціалізованої вченої ради. Голова ради Ніфатова Олена Михайлівна, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри маркетингу і логістики, Сумський національний аграрний університет. Рецензенти: Лукаш Світлана Миколаївна, кандидат економічних наук, доцент кафедри публічного управління і адміністрування, Сумський національний аграрний університет. Харченко Тетяна Олександрівна, кандидат економічних наук, доцент кафедри публічного управління і адміністрування, Сумський національний аграрний університет. Офіційні опоненти: Резнік Надія Петрівна, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри менеджменту імені професора Завадського, Національний університет біоресурсів і природокористування України. Орел Анна Миколаївна, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри менеджменту зовнішньоекономічної діяльності, Національний авіаційний університет. Посади членів спеціалізованої вченої ради вказані на дату захисту дисертаційної роботи. Прошу зареєструватись, шановні рецензенти та опоненти. Дякую. Отже, на підставі реєстраційної карти присутні 5 членів спеціалізованої вченої ради із 5 затверджених наказом ректора номер 594К від 25.10.2023 року. Кворум, необхідний для засідання, є, і ми маємо всі офіційні підстави для того, щоб розпочати засідання. Отже, засідання спеціалізованої вченої ради оголошую відкритим. Сьогодні у нас на порядку денному захист дисертації на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії аспірантки кафедри менеджменту імені професора Михайлової Сумського національного аграрного університету Лі Чжуочжан на тему «Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy» управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. Роботу виконано у Сумському національному аграрному університеті. Науковий керівник, доктор економічних наук, професор Сохань Інна Віталівна. До спеціалізованої вченої ради надійшли такі документи: заява щодо проведення атестації здобувача, копія першої сторінки паспорта громадянина Китайської Народної Республіки, копія диплома магістра, витяг з наказу про зарахування до аспірантури, засвідчений у встановленому порядку, академічна довідка про виконання відповідної освітньо-наукової програми, висновок наукового керівника, доктора економічних наук, професора Сохань Інни Віталівни, висновок про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертації, дисертація в друкованому та електронному виглядах, відбитки копій наукових публікацій, зарахованих за темою дисертації, засвідчені у встановленому порядку. Усі документи відповідають встановленим вимогам. Дисертація до захисту подається вперше. І хто за запропонований порядок денний, прошу голосувати. Добре, проти немає, утримався немає, отже, пропозиція приймається. Дозвольте зазначити біографічні дані аспіранта. Лі Чжуочжан, 1986 року народження, громадянка Китайської Народної Республіки, освіта вища. Закінчила у 2018 році Гуанлінський педагогічний університет міста Гуанлінь, Китайська Народна Республіка, за спеціальністю адміністративний менеджмент. Аспірантуру закінчила у 2023 році. Сумський національний аграрний університет, Міністерство освіти і науки України, місто Суми. Дисертацію виконана у Сумському національному аграрному університеті, Міністерства освіти і науки України, місто Суми. Тема дисертації затверджена на засіданні вченої ради Сумського національного аграрного університету, протокол номер 6 від 22 грудня 2019 року. Лі Чжуочжан завершила виконання освітньо-наукової програми у 2023 році. 6 червня 2023 року відбулася публічна презентація дисертаційного дослідження на кафедрі менеджменту імені професора Михайлової за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент, де дисертацію було рекомендовано до розгляду та захисту у разовій спеціалізованій вченій раді. Основні наукові положення та результати досліджень за темою дисертації опубліковано у 9 наукових працях. З них 4 статті у фахових наукових виданнях України, усі включені до міжнародних наукометричних баз даних. Одна стаття опублікована в наукових періодичних виданнях Організації економічного співробітництва та розвитку країн, які включені до науково-метричної бази даних Scopus. 4 тези в матеріалах наукових конференцій. Наукові публікації відповідають вимогам пунктів 8-9 порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разової спеціалізованої вченої ради закладу вищої освіти наукової установи про присудження ступеня доктора філософії. Постанова Кабінету міністрів України від 12 січня 2022 року номер 44. Дисертація відповідає вимогам наказу МОН України номер 40 від 12.01.2017 року про затвердження вимог до оформлення дисертації та порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разової спеціалізованої вченої ради закладу вищої освіти наукової установи про присудження ступеня доктора філософії. Постанова Кабінету міністрів України від 12 січня 2022 року номер 44. Чи є питання у членів спеціалізованої вченої ради? Питань немає. Із здобувачем погоджено, що захист дисертації буде проводитись англійською мовою. Good morning, Лі Чжуочжан. I would like to invite you present the main result of your research. Please share your screen and you can start your presentation. You are welcome.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Okay, everything good, you can start.
Dear Professor and Judgment, good morning. Thank you taking time out of your business schedule to attend my graduation defense. My name is Li Zhuoran. I'm a PhD student, majoring in management at Sumi National University. In 2019, my supervisor is Ina Soha, who is the professor in the economic at Sumi National Agrarian University. Today, I'm very honored to be here to introduce my research. My research topic is management of investment, development of the agriculture sector economy of China. Now I will introduce from 5 aspects are as follows. Sorry, maybe some mistake. I will quiet and enter again.
Do we have technical problem?
Yes. Okay. Now I will introduce from 5 aspects as follows. First part is introduction. The global economy is currently in the state of disorganization due to the acceleration of economic globalization, the strengthening of the international division of labor and capital flows, and the evolving political and economic paradigm of the world. In 2020, the outbreak of the COVID-19 led to the partial reconstruction of global industry and value chain. As a result, the international agriculture market has become even more complex and volatile. In the post-epidemic era, agriculture has also been significant effect. The global increase in agriculture investment has had a profound impact on the development of agriculture worldwide. Therefore, it is crucial to study how to effectively manage investment in agriculture. After 50 years of reform and opening up, Chinese agriculture accelerates its integration with global agriculture, and overseas agriculture investment is growing rapidly. International trade and investment continue to be an essential part of Chinese foreign agriculture cooperation and exchange, despite the complex and ever-changing international investment environment. Therefore, studying investment management in agriculture economy is highly relevant. This is an important aspect of global agriculture economy. This paper employs 5 research methods: a literature research, comparative analysis, a quantitative of qualitative and quantitative methods, theoretical research methods, basis method, and input-output balance method. The obtained result depends theoretical, scientific, systematic, and organizational principle of investment in management in the agriculture sector of the Chinese economy. The proposal increase efficiency in the condition of globalization are confirmed. The scientific and practical significance in this paper is scientific significance. From the quantitative research, we have obtained the development characteristics of agriculture investment skill and the theoretical logic of economic growth in different periods. In terms of quantitative research, a micro-comparative research framework suitable for agriculture economic growth and agriculture investment management is constructed. In the selection of research methods, the comprehensive evaluation model of agriculture economic investment management development is constructed. A practical significance from the perspective of macro agriculture economic growth and micro investment subject, it is beneficial to steadily promote the globalization of agriculture economic. It is beneficial to steadily promote the globalization of agriculture economic investment from the actual level. The framework of this thesis, as you see on the PowerPoint, it consists of 3 sections. I will report the main points in following parts. The second part is theoretical basis. I will introduce the theory adopted in the writing on this paper. As the central concept of this thesis, investment is fundamental to the writing. Investment is a common economic activity in modern market economics and a frequently used term in economic discourse. It is a usual phenomenon in market economics. Focusing on the concept of investment, we have identified several related concepts in agriculture economy, including the agriculture investment structure, and agriculture investment scale. We also explore economic growth theories, as well as empirical methods of matching agriculture economic investment. This task aims to clarify the concept and basic problem related to agriculture investment management and agriculture growth theory. This paper focuses on the empirical method of agriculture economic investment management to provide the necessary theoretical and methodological support for this study. The 3rd part is empirical analysis. The aim is to study the current situation of agriculture economic investment and its relationship with economic growth under the background of globalization, and further explore the study of agriculture economic investment management. Our research primarily following a logic structure of describing the current state, sorting out relationship, and making predict analysis. In section 2, the paper began by evaluating the current state of global and Chinese economic development and investment, and analyzing the management of agriculture economic investment. A comprehensive survey of global and Chinese economic condition is conducted to understand the specific performance and management issue of current agriculture economic investment. In terms of sorting out relationship, it mainly focuses on the relationship between agriculture economy and economic growth under the background of globalization. From the investment environment, the investment structure and investment skill and other aspects, as well as the path of investment environment for the intermediary analysis. Through this analysis, we can have a deep understanding of the impact of agriculture economy on economic growth and the role of the investment in the context of globalization. Doing so will help us to better understand the relationship between the agriculture economy and the overall economic development. In terms of making predict analysis, the main purpose is to realize the management of agriculture investment and the economic growth in the context of globalization. the input-output analysis method of agriculture economy is the predict and analyze the total agriculture investment. This analysis helps us assess the benefit of agriculture investment and provide advice and decision support in management. Through this part of this research, we can better grasp the relationship between agriculture investment and economic growth under the background of globalization, and put forward the cooperating management strategies. The fourth part is research result. During on the research outlined above, this study analyzes the current state of agriculture investment environment management in major countries and regions worldwide, as well as the historical evaluation, development status, and innovative direction of China's agriculture investment management system. The study proposed a management approach for the agriculture investment environment in the context of the globalization. China's agriculture investment management system faced various challenges, including a lack of capital, a limited innovation in agriculture science and technology, and issues with the rural land and ecologic system. The paper concludes by including 6 strategies from managing agriculture investment in the context of globalization. To optimize the central agriculture investment system, it is important to respect the market economy, improve agriculture microcontrol, integrate agriculture management resource, guide the consumption of agriculture products, and implement supply-side reform. It is also crucial to actively evaluate the performance of the central agriculture investment and establish the guiding ideology for legal protection for agriculture investment. The aim is to enhance China's agriculture investment environment, stimulate the growth of agriculture investment, increase the scope of agriculture investment, and optimize agriculture investment capital. This will improve the management level and efficiency of Chinese agriculture investment. The fourth part is conclusion. This part examines the theory, science, system, and organizational principle of enhance the development and management of agriculture investment in China. It proposes suggestion to improve efficiency in the context of the globalization. The first conclusion is investment and development means to overcome the phenomenon of agriculture economic crisis. They contribute to the recovery and growth of production capital, improve the efficiency of agriculture production, realize the achievement of national production, and accelerate agriculture development. Conclusion 2 is due to the institution difference between different countries, an appropriate definition of the appropriate and the characteristics of China's agriculture development under the influence of the process of globalization. Conclusion 3 is this paper analyzes the construct and the scale of agriculture investment, as well as the characteristics and trends of agriculture economic growth in the context of globalization. The aim is to predict the general change in the investment development management results in the agriculture sector based on input parameters. Conclusion 4 is to promote investment in the agriculture sector. It is essential to develop appropriate strategies that improve the standard of living and the social potential of the rural population through investment activity and rational use of economic potential. The state must ensure stability in the legislative sphere, reliable protection of poverty rights, support for the banking sector, and adherence to international investment rules to encourage investment. The conclusion 5 is the paper proposal a complex concept system for institutional development of Chinese agriculture investor management. The focus shifts from complex national agriculture finance to public-private partnerships in the field of agriculture investment. Establishes a regime to attract the potential of rural social and economic development and create an attractive investment atmosphere in the whole society. The last conclusion is this paper outlines a management mode for agriculture investment in the context of globalization. It aims to improve the investment environmental in China, promote agriculture investment growth, optimizing the capital structure of agriculture protection principles, and ensure effective investment management in China's agriculture economic sectors. This is my report of my dissertation research, and I'm looking forward to your guidance. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Lí Chжуочжан. Thank you very much for your presentation. And now, dear colleagues, you can ask questions. Who will be first? Maybe Professor Lukasz, Svetlana Mykolaevna. Світлана Миколаївна, ми вас не чуємо.
I'm sorry, now зараз чути?
Так.
Добре. Dear Лі Чжуочжан, thank you for the interesting presentation. Your presentation was very interesting. Your results are very deep, but I have some questions for you. First of all, please introduce the research methods used in your paper in details, and what are the corresponding research contents of these methods?
Thank you, Professor, for your questions. Based on the methods of economic and statistics combined with the academic contribution of scholars from various countries. This paper used a set of tools and methods to achieve the research objective and tasks. Mainly using the following 5 research methods: literature research method, comparative analysis method, combination of qualitative and quantitative method, theoretical research-based method, input-output balance method. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm satisfied by your answer, but I have one more question. Dear Li Chjuochжан, what do you think are the different characteristics of investment in agriculture compared with investment in other sectors of national economy? In what ways are they represented?
Thanks, Professor, for your question. Agriculture investment has some characteristics different from investment in other sectors in the national economy, which is manifested is comprehensiveness, variability, long residual action, moderation, and polyphony. That's my answer.
Yes, thank you. I'm satisfied by your answer.
Okay, thank you, Світлана Миколаївна. Next questions, maybe Харченко Тетяна Олександрівна, professor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our PhD student, for your presentation and report. I have some questions. First of all, I would like to ask you, what do you think about the characteristic of the development of the agricultural investment environment?
Thanks, Professor, for your question. I think that the development of agriculture investment environment has the following characteristics. The first is agriculture investment is limited by time and space. The second, the investment environmental is an organ whole. And each part is interrelated and coordinated with each other. And any change may cause the change of other factors. The third is regional particularity. The fourth is sustainable development. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am satisfied with your answer, but I have one question. Also, what characteristic can be drawn from your paper by analyzing the economic growth forecast of the 4 major authorities?
Thanks, Professor, for your question. 5 basic characteristics can be obtained by analyzing the economic growth forecast of the 4 authoritative institutions. Firstly, the economic growth rate will increase significantly after 2022, indicating that there is a risk of recession in the global economy. Secondly, in the post-epidemic area, economic growth will peak in 2022 and then fall sharply. It is a historical choice to experience the global economic recession crisis. It is objective and certain to achieve sustainable economic development. Thirdly, there is a possibility of polarization of global economic growth after 2022. The gap between the economic growth of developed country and emerging markets and the developing country will further widen. Fourthly, although the economy has shown a sustained recovery, it is not returned to the normal level before the outbreak of COVID-19. Fifthly, the slowdown in overall economic growth doing not mean that the economic growth of all countries has peaked. I think there are still many countries in the world, especially emerging market and developing countries, whose economic growth will have a trend of right growth after 2022, and the imbalance of economic growth between countries and regions is very obvious. That's my answer.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm satisfied. No more questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana Alexandrivna. And now, please, Professor Reznik Nadia Petrievna, your questions. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to say thank you, and I would like to say thank you again because I'm appreciate to be a part of this defense. Very actuality in not only in Ukraine, only in China, and in context of agriculture sphere. Of course, I'm proud to be of the training of such strong personal from your side, from Sumy Nationality University, Agrarian University. So, first of all, thank you for this presentation. It was really deep and open. And if I have some question, I need to ask, of course, because I have few. First of all, it's according to your research, what changes do you think have been made the result of agricultural investment in China?
Thank you, Professor, for your question. China is generally moving away from the structure of single investment in entity and individual investment into a stable and much diversified investment partner. For example, collective holding trees to invest in animal handler and fisher, provide holding trees to invest in animal husbandry, agriculture and its additional industry, and state-owned holding tends to invest in traditional agriculture, forestry, livestock, and fishery, and emerging additional industries. That's my answer.
Thank you, Chojjan. And I have the second one. Please brief us on the implementation of the annual central financial arrangement of the Chinese central government for the approval of agricultural investment projects.
Thanks, Professor, for your question. The central government arranged the approval of agricultural investment project to be carried out in accordance with the timetable of financial year. The Ministry of Finance is reasonable for organizing the implementation of the central financial budget, and in ensuring that the budget funds are used in accordance with legal procedures and prescribed purpose. At the same time, the National People Congress and its standing committee supervise the implementation of the central finance budget to ensure the compliance and effectiveness to use of finance funds. That's my answer.
Thank you. I'm satisfied.
Thank you, Nadia Petrivna. Please, Professor Aurel. Anna Mikolayevna, you are welcome.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we
Okay.
hear you.
Good morning, dear head on the council, dear colleagues, dear Lí Chžuocžan. You are very beautiful and charming today. I would like to thank Lí Chžuocžan for her informative, very interesting report and presentation. Nowadays, the given research topic is considered to be one of the relevance key themes in the sphere of management. With the accelerating pace of economic globalization, the international division of labor and capital flow have been intensified, and the global economic development has taken on the characteristic of imbalance under the continuous evolution of the world political and economic pattern. Dear Lí Chžuocžan, what's my questions which has to be discussed is: based on your research, please talk about the investment structure of developed countries and emerging developing countries.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for your question. The different types of the investment in the world are increasingly developing. The investment structure of development countries is relatively balanced, and degree of capitalization is high. While the investment of emerging developing countries is developing fast, but the tendency of various types of investment is relatively unbalanced, and there is a large space for the development of various types of investment. That's my answer.
Yes, I'm completely satisfied with answered the questions. Thank you. I don't have any remarks to the response. Here's my second questions. Please talk about your evolution of the current situation of the world economy based on your research.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for your question. I think we should pay full attention to the difference in industry development between the economic development of developed countries and emerging developing countries, and use international capital flow and international investment to drive the recovery and the development of time economy. Such cooperation in international capital flows and investment can help achieve mutual benefit and a win-win result in the economy, and help strengthen the interlinkage and sustainable development of global economy. That's my answer.
Okay, I would like to express my complete satisfaction with the answer to the questions. Thank you. I don't have additional comments on the response.
Thank you, Anna Nikolaevna. And dear colleagues, if you don't mind, I also have two questions for Lí Chžuocžan. And my first question related with the globalization process. So, based on the conclusion given in your paper, what do you think should be the path of Chinese agricultural investment management under the background of globalization? This is my first question.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for your question. In my opinion, in the context of economic globalization, China's agriculture investment management path can stand at least 6 aspects. The Path 1 is optimizing the guiding ideology of the central agriculture investment system. The Path 2, I think, is respect a market economy and improve agriculture micro control. The Path 3, I think, is to build several oriented government and integrate agriculture management resource. The Path 4 is cooperate with supply side reform and strengthens and guide the consumption of agriculture products. Path 5 carry out the performance evaluation of the central government's agriculture investments. The Path 6 is to establish and improve the legal guarantee system for agriculture investment. That's my answer.
Thank you for the such structured explanation. And I have one more question. Do you think there are any limitation to your study, and what research direction or improvements can be made in the future?
Okay, thank you, Professor, for your question. I think my research does have some limitation, such as a lack of cooperation between China and Ukraine in terms of agriculture investment. As we all know, China and Ukraine are both big agriculture countries, and there are similarity and difference in agriculture investment. However, due to the objective reasons, I was not able to conduct in-depth research with my supervisor, which is somewhat regrettable. In the future, I would like to maintain the cooperation with my supervisor and carry out research together with her to cover a wider region of the field. That's my answer.
Thank you very much. We hope on your cooperation with your tutor. It will be very good. Okay, so no more questions, dear colleagues. I think it's enough. Дозвольте мені ознайомити присутніх з висновком про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертації. Let me present the conclusion about the scientific novelty, theoretical and practical significance of the result of the thesis. I will do it on the Ukrainian language. Хочу звернути увагу, в першу чергу, ознайомлюючи вас з висновком про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів. Отже, хочу звернути увагу на актуальність теми дослідження, яка не викликає сумніву у зв'язку з тим, що глобалізаційні перетворення економіки не залишили поза увагою і трансформації в аграрному секторі Китайської Народної Республіки, на тлі сприяння формування нової моделі економічного планування та прискорення сталого розвитку інвестування в аграрну сферу не тільки відповідатиме виклику сьогодення, а й стане важливою частиною інтернаціоналізації сільськогосподарського співробітництва Китаю, що сприятиме виведенню країни на новий рівень міжнародного співробітництва. Хочу також відзначити, що наукові дослідження дисертаційної роботи виконувалися відповідно до тематичного плану науково-дослідних робіт Сумського національного аграрного університету в рамках теми розвиток менеджменту в умовах міжнародних інтеграційних процесів, в рамках якого автором було проведено дослідження інвестиційного менеджменту аграрної економіки України та Китаю на тлі глобалізації. Метою дисертаційної роботи є удосконалення теоретичних, методичних та організаційних засад інвестиційного розвитку аграрного сектору Китаю в умовах глобалізації. Наукова новизна одержаних результатів полягає в поглибленні комплексу теоретичних, науково-методичних та організаційних засад управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки Китаю та обґрунтування пропозицій щодо підвищення його ефективності в умовах глобалізації. До основних результатів, отриманих особисто автором, слід віднести те, що вперше було розроблено концептуальну систему управління розвитком інвестиційних процесів в аграрному секторі Китаю методами оптимізації використання сільськогосподарських ресурсів, удосконалено теоретичний підхід до визначення управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору Китаю, методичний підхід до раціоналізації інвестиційних процесів, теоретико-методологічні засади державного регулювання інвестиційної діяльності аграрних формувань. В дисертації отримали подальший розвиток, організаційна модель комплексного інституційного розвитку управління аграрними інвестиціями в Китаї, факторна модель залежності обсягів аграрних інвестицій від окремих параметрів операційної діяльності, система взаємозалежності, згідно з якою існування зв'язку між розміром та інтенсивністю інвестицій з одного боку та здоров'ям інвестиційного середовища. Отже, основні положення та результати дисертаційного дослідження оприлюднені автором на конференціях, семінарах, нарадах, серед яких найважливіше в університеті Альфреда Нобеля, місто Тбілісі, Грузія. Автором дисертаційної роботи було особисто проведені теоретичні та методологічні дослідження, проведені розрахунки та отримано підтвердження результатів. Всі принципи академічної доброчесності були дотримані здобувачем. Структуру роботи, перелік публікацій за темою не оголошую, все це міститься у висновку. Дисертаційна робота Лі Чжуочжан «Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy», Українське управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки, написана грамотною англійською мовою, має змістовну цілісність, послідовність та завершеність. Під час виконання дисертаційної роботи та навчання в аспірантурі Сумського НАУ аспірант проявив високий рівень наукової підготовки, теоретичних знань та практичних навичок зі спеціальності 073 менеджмент, вміння розв'язувати складні наукові задачі, які були поставлені на початку дослідження. Все перелічене вище дозволило сформувати висновок засідання. Вважати, що дисертаційна робота Лі Чжуочжан «Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy», управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки, яка подана на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент за своїм науковим рівнем та практичною цінністю повністю відповідає вимогам пункту 6 постанови Кабінету міністрів України та вимогам до оформлення дисертації, а також відповідає напрямку наукового дослідження освітньо-наукової програми СНАУ зі спеціальності 073 менеджмент. Отже, рекомендувати дисертаційну роботу на тему Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy, управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки, подано Лі Чжуочжан на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії до захисту та створити разово спеціалізовану вчену раду у складі голова разової спеціалізованої вченої ради Ніфатова Олена Михайлівна, рецензенти Лукаш Світлана Миколаївна, Харченко Тетяна Олександрівна і опоненти Орел Анна Миколаївна і Резнік Надія Петрівна. Так. Отже, висновок зачитаний, і зараз розпочинаємо обговорення дисертації Лі Чжуочжан на тему Management of Investment Development of Agricultural Sector of the Economy. Okay, let's start speaking English again. We begin the discussion of the dissertation work, Lі Чжуочжан. And now I invite a reviewer to speak. Please, Professor Svetlana Lukash, candidate of Science and Economics, Sumy National Agrarian University. You are welcome.
Thank you. First of all, although the reform of agriculture development and investment globalization is difficult, under the guidance of a series of international policies, agriculture economic investment management is gradually standardized and internationalized. Drawing on international experience, China pays special attention to the externalities of large-scale agriculture investment, gives full play to the role of agriculture investment internationalization in driving agriculture economic growth and optimizing agriculture industrial structure, and avoids the possible infringement of agriculture development rights and interests, agriculture ecology, and other problems. Also, the international investment environment is complex and changeable. International trade and investment are an essential part of China's agriculture foreign cooperation and exchange. According to this, I want to note that by characterizing the dissertation work of Lí Chžuocžan, management of investment development of the agriculture sector of the economy as a whole, it should be noted that it certainly has relevant scientific and practical significance. During the review of the work, some issues of a debatable nature, comments and suggestions arose. First of all, point 1. From the entropy weight results in table 2.2, it can be seen that the information entropy value of developed countries and regions and emerging developing countries are decreasing year by year, and the information utility value is increasing, and the weight ratio in percent also increases year by year, and the entropy weight of emerging and developing countries is higher than that of developed countries in the same period. Please talk about your evaluation of the current situation of the world economy based on your research. Point 2. China is gradually moving away from the structure of single investment entity and individual investment into a stable and mature diversified investment pattern. According to your research in subchapter 2.3, what changes do you think have been made in the results of agriculture investment in China? Point 3 of my notes. Also emphasize that the central government arranges the approval of agriculture investment projects to be carried out in accordance with the timetable of the fiscal year. It would be better to concretize the implementation of the annual central financial arrangement of the Chinese central government for the approval of agriculture investment projects. Point 4. Based on the conclusions given in your paper, what do you think should be the path of China's agriculture investment management under the background of globalization? And the last one, point 5, subchapter 3.2 would be expedient to present with the help of graphic objects, which would add a winning type of information. Additionally, author should describe what research directions or improvements can be made in the future. However, the indicated comments and wishes do not fundamentally affect the overall positive assessment of the dissertation work, are not fundamental, and do not reduce its rather high overall assessment. The dissertation work of Lí Chжуочжан, Management of Investment Development of the Agriculture Sector of Economy, which was submitted for defense to the Specialized Academic Council for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of knowledge management and administration and in the specialty management according to its relevance, scientific and theoretical level, the main results of validity, the main provisions and results published in professional publications, the novelty of the formulation and the practical significance meet the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine on approval of requirements for the preparation of a dissertation and on the approval of the procedure for awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The content of the dissertation corresponds to the passport of the specialty. Thank you. This is my conclusion.
Thank you, Svetlana Mykolaievna. And now, Lí Chžuocžan, you have opportunity to respond to comments. You're welcome.
Okay. Thanks, Professor. Your comments are very important for us. We will take into consideration them for the future research. But let me answer for some of them. As you comment that to evaluate the current situation of the world economy, as we can see from the table 2.2, the perspective of information entropy and information utility value, developed countries, regions, and emerging developing countries exhibit different traits in their status and roles in the world economy. The decreasing information entropy value of developed countries indicate a gradual weakening of their dominant position in the world economy. While emerging countries and developing countries have relative higher entropy value, indicating their increasing influence in the global economy. As you mentioned that, what change do you think have been made in the result of agriculture investment in China? I think that according to my research in part 2.3, the changes of China's agriculture investment can be analyzed from the following aspects. The first is diversification of investment entities. The second is expansion of investment field. The third is diversification of investment methods. The fourth is improvement the investment of efficiency. In general, the change of China's agriculture investment is developing in the direction of the diversification, which has injected new vitality to the development country. As you comment that the path of China's agriculture market, the market under the background of the globalization, In the third part of the paper, I have gave 6 paths of agriculture investment management in China. In my opinion, that in the test of the globalization, the path of China's agriculture investment management should be diversified, open, and international. I think it is necessary to make good use of various international platforms and machinism to strengthen exchange and cooperation with other countries in the field of agriculture. In general, the path of China's agriculture investment management should be to achievely integrate into the global economic development while adhering to the independent development. That's all.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so-
Svetlana Mykolaivna, are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes, thank you. I am definitely satisfied by all answers.
Thank you. And now I invite Professor Tatiana Harchenko, candidate of Economic Science from National Agrarian University. You are welcome.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say that the full text of my review is posted on the website of Sumy National Agrarian University. Now I will present the main elements of my review. First of all, I would like to say about relevance of the topic of the dissertation. In recent years, China has entered a new era of opening up a new stage of agricultural development. China's agriculture has accelerated its integration with the world's agriculture, and its overseas investment in agriculture has also grown rapidly. Since 2015, China has become the world's second largest capital exporter. Against the backdrop of shrinking global foreign direct investment and the global spread of COVID-19, China's outward foreign direct investment grew against the trend in 1991, ranking first in the world for the first time. The main directions of managing the development of investment processes in China's agricultural sector are the optimization of the use of agricultural resources in the regions and the realization of complementary advantage of the primary and secondary sectors of industry by means of modeling the complex system of the country's agricultural sector. The scientific novelty of the obtained result of this dissertation based on the background of globalization. This research carry out of the research on the investment management of agricultural economic development and studies the current situation of agricultural economic investment development, the relationship between agricultural economic growth and agricultural investment, and the management method of agricultural economic investment from the perspective of agricultural investment environment, structure and scale, which mainly has the following research novelties. Firstly, clarifies the previous theories on the investment management research of agricultural economy under the globalization and lays the theoretical foundation for the empirical analysis and management scheme research of this study. Secondly, the entropy weight methods and the further comprehensive evaluation methods are combined to study the development status of agricultural economic investment in China and abroad. On the one hand, it provides the current situation reference for the investment management of Chinese agricultural economy. On the other hand, it provides the current development situation empirical case for the investment management of agricultural economy in other regions. Thirdly, using the structure equation model from the perspective of agricultural investment environment, agricultural investment structure, agricultural agricultural investment scale study, the relationship between domestic and foreign agricultural investment, and agricultural economic growth and influence path rich agricultural economy and agricultural investment management research content for the rest of the agricultural economic investment relations and influence the path of the empirical framework. Continue. I would like to say that the text of the dissertation is consistent with the dissertation scientific works which have undergone a double-blind review, which is also a confirmation of the absence of signs of falsification of the research result. The dissertation work Li Chjuozhan, Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy, is the result of the applicant's independent research and does not contain elements of plagiarism. The used ideas, result, and text of other authors have a link to the corresponding source. The main scientific provision and results of research on the topic of the dissertation were published in 12 scientific works, including 4 articles in specialized scientific publication of Ukraine, 1 article were published in scientific periodicals of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which are included in the Scopus Scientific Metric Database, and 7 abstracts in materials of scientific conference. Characterized in the dissertation work of Li Chjuozhan as a whole, it should be noted that it certainly has relevant scientific and practical significance. During the review of the work, some issues of debatable nature, comments and suggestions aroused. First of all, based on previous literature review, paragraph 1.1, and the current situation, relationship and development trend of agricultural economic investment management at China and abroad, this paper lies the thinking and logic of the study, provides guidance for the writing of the study, and lays a theoretical review of the study. But in paragraph 1.3, would be better deeply introduce the research method used in your paper in detail, and what are corresponding research contents of these methods. Next one. In paragraph 2.1, would be better to show the different characteristics of investment in agriculture compared with investment in other sectors of the national economy, in what ways are they represented. Next one, based on your research in table 2.1, please specify the investment structure of developed countries and emerging developing countries. Next one, in the text of dissertation, author emphasizes that good investment environment is an important factor in attracting and retaining investment. The key are formulating reasonable investment policies, improving local government services, and paying attention to sustainable development. In the same time, author does not concretize what are the characteristics of the development of the agricultural investment environment. And last one, what characteristic can be drawn from the paper by analyzing the economic growth forecast of the 4 major authorities. However, the indicated comments and views don't fundamentally affect the overall positive assessment of the dissertation work, are not fundamental and don't reduce, it raises a high overall assessment. And finally, dissertation work by Li Chjuozhan, Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy, which was submitted for defense to a specialized academic council for obtain a degree Doctor of Philosophy in the field of knowledge 07 Management and Administration, with a specialty 073 Management in terms of its relevance, scientific and theoretical level, the main result of validity, the main provision and the result published in professional publication, novelty of the setting and practical significance meet the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education of Ukraine. The content of the dissertation corresponds to the passport of the specialty. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you, Li Chjuozhan. You have opportunity to respond to comments. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. Your comments are very important for us. We will take into consideration them for future research. But let me answer for some of them. As you comment that in part 1.3 would be better deeply introduce the research method used in my paper in detail. Yes, I will add this part content and the research content corresponding to this research method are explained in detail. Thank you for your advice. As you comment, based on the table 2.1, there are some difference in the investment structure of development country and the emerging developing countries. The investment construct of development country is relatively balanced, and the degree of capitalization is high. While the investment of emerging developing countries is developing fast, but the tendency of various type of investment is relatively unbalanced. And there is a large space for the development of various type of investments. I think the developed countries usually have diversified investment entities, including the government, enterprises, individual and institution investor. These subjects have high autonomy and flexibility in the investment decision making and capital allocation. Developed countries have a relatively wide range of investment field, including the real economy, financial market, real estate, and other fields. Investment in this area usually have a high return and risk, requiring investors to have high personal quality and risk management ability. Developed countries usually adopt a variety of investment methods, including direct investment, indirect investment, equity investment, debate investment, and so on. By contrast, emerging developing countries are different. They are usually a government-led investment structure with relative concentrate investment area. The investment mode is relative single. Therefore, the investment structure is different between the development countries and the major developing countries. That's all.
Thank you, Tetiana Alexandrovna. Are you satisfied?
Yes, yes, I'm satisfied.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Move on. And now I would like to invite an official opponent to speak, Professor Nadia Reznik, Doctor of Science in Economics, National University of Life and Environmental Science of Ukraine. Please, you are welcome.
Thank you. As a rule, and my colleague previously said that my review also was submitted on time and in full. Everyone can read in university website. Therefore, I will dwell only in important and essential questions and points. First of all, it's relevance of the research topic. Globalization, transformation of the economy did not ignore transformation in the agriculture sector of the People's Republic of China. The 20th National Congress of People's Representatives on the Communist Party of China proposed to accelerate the pace of construction on an agricultural state and rise into an unprecedented high, nothing the growing interest of the world community in China's agricultural sectors. Against the background of promoting the formation of a new model of economic domination and accelerating sustainable development, investing in the agricultural sector will not only meet today's challenges, but will also become an important part of the internationalization of China agricultural cooperation, which will contribute
Надія Петрівна, ми вас не чуємо. Надія Петрівна, у вас технічні проблеми. Надія Петрівна,
I'm here.
перервався зв'язок. Будь ласка, останні кілька речень ми не почули.
Okay. Let's repeat it. Against the background of the globalization now.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
You can continue. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Against the background of the globalization of the economy and the international internationalization of agriculture, investment has become the main vectors of international. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, now we hear you, yes. Now again, we have a problem.
It's interesting because as the aim of the dissertation, oh my God, moment, I will check connection. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we hear you.
Yes. Connection inside of our country, so maybe that's why I have a bad connection. You know.
Yes, okay.
Problem now, yeah. So I'm very sorry about it. Could I ask
Don't
to
worry.
come to discussion? Could I ask to come to discussion and remarks? Yeah.
Yes, it will be good. Yes.
Yeah, because you have my feedback in university. So, however, in my opinion, it's appropriate to note that there are certain debatable points in the work. First point, in the theoretical chapter of the work, by considering the conceptual and categorical apparatus, the author should not have focused only on the concept on investment and development, but it would be better to form a concept of the evolutionary part of the definition development management, which would improve the quality and logical sequence of theoretical statements. The second one, Chapter 1.3 should more clearly define the methodological basis of the research conducted in the dissertation work. In general, the methodological apparatus through the text of the work, which make it difficult to form a single methodological concept of the study. 3. Due to the great difference in the level of socioeconomic and cultural development between provinces, cities, and regions of China, as well as a constant increase in migration flows in the center of the country, the level of investment position of China agricultural and environmental is also unbalanced between regions. In general, the eastern and coastal regions are economically development and the level of investment is high. The economic level of the central and western region is relevantly backward, so investors are not interested in investing. Therefore, in point 2.2, it would be appropriate to state measure regarding investment development of agriculture depending on the region of China. Next one. In revealing of contact of the provision of scientific novelty regarding the improvement of the organization model of complex institutional development of agriculture investment management in China, the connection between the implementation of investments and the creation of sustainable competitive remained not speciality defines enough. The next one, the connection between the result of investment in China's agriculture and the level of economic development of the country remained and formalized in the work. And the last one, the author pays quite a lot of attention to the study of the impact of global factors of the process of investment development of the agricultural sector. However, he doesn't systemize the economic of the response of micro, meso, and macro level system to challenges that arise at the supranational level. General conclusion. Dissertation work of Li Chžuocžan, Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy, submitted for defense to the Specialized Scientist Council for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Psychology in the fields of knowledge 07 Management and Administration with a specialty 073 Management in terms of its relevance, scientific and theoretical level, main results of validity, main provision, and result published in a professional publication. The novelty of the statement and practical significance meet the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Culture of Ukraine, number 40 of January 12, 2017 on approval of requirements of the preparation of a dissertation and resolution of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, date January 12, 2022, number 44 of approval of the procedure of awarding the degree of Doctor of Psychology and cancellation of the decision on the one-time specialized academic council of higher education institution, scientific institution on awarding degree of Doctor of Philosophy, which change introduced in accordance with resolution on the Cabinet of Ministers number 341, dates 3/21, 2022. With regards, Professor Reznik Nadia.
Thank you very much, Nadia Petrovna. Li Chžuocžan, as usual, you have opportunity to do your comments. Please, you're welcome.
Thank you, Professor. Your comments are very important for us. We will take into consideration in our future research. But let me answer for some of them. As you comment that China's agriculture and the level of economic development of the country remained unformalized as a basic industry of the national economy. I think agriculture plays an important sporting role in the development of the national economy. as an important means to promote agriculture development. Agriculture investment is directly related to the level and quantity of national economic development. On the one hand, the improvement of agriculture investment results can promote a national economic development. On the other hand, the improvement of national economic development level can also promote the improvement of agriculture investment results. As you pointed that, there's no sufficient systematize the economic consequence of the response in this paper. I agree with it. Yes, I've emphasized the impact of the investment development process of the agriculture sector, and did not conduct in-depth research on the supranational challenge faced by the micro, meso, and micro level. I think with the growth of the global population and economic development, the problem of resource and environment is becoming prominent. Water resource shortage, land resource shortage, ecological environment deterioration, and the other problems may bring challenges to agriculture investment and development. The economic consequence of these challenges can include fluctuation agriculture prices, increasing agriculture production costs, and declining agriculture quality, which is in turn affect agriculture investment. In order to address these challenges and systematically address the economic consequence, I think we can respond by strengthening international cooperation, scientific and technological innovation, strengthening resource and environmental protection, strength policy support, and strengthening market regulation. That's all.
Nadia Petrovna, are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes, certainly.
Thank you. And now move on. I would like to invite the official opponent, Professor Anna Arel, Doctor of Science in Economics, National Aviation University. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to extend greeting from the National Aviation University and express my gratitude for the chance of review the dissertation work management of investment development of the agriculture sector of economy done by Lí Chžuocžan. As the dissertation abstract has been placed on the university website and everyone can study the given research paper more deeply, don't you mind me going on the discussion clauses and remarks to the dissertation? Okay. However, in my opinion, it is appropriate to note that there are certain debatable points in the view. In the relevance on the research topic, the author emphasizes the need to realize the resource and economic potential of the agrarian sector of the national economy of China. While the work does not pay enough attention to the problem of land reform in practical, the feasibility of introduce a land market. At the same time, it would be worthwhile to determine the nature of the influence of the level of development of rural areas on the innovative attractiveness of China's agriculture sector. Is one of the noteworthy points about improvement theoretical and methodological principles of state regulation of the investment activity of agrarian formation, based on the generalization of from experience and the identification of national difference and peculiarities, the consideration of which will allow to assure a significant improvement of the investment advantages of the agrarian sector of China's economy. The author claims about the marks leading self-regulation and moderate government intervention in macro control are certain benchmarks for agriculture investment management and China's development. It is worth specifying where these provisions are and in which regulatory and legal documents they are reflected. Opinion with theoretical categories when justifying the peculiarities of the implementation of the state agrarian policy under the condition of economic growth, item 1.2. The clear thematic content of such concept of external environment and globalization was left out of the dissertation appendation. It is appropriate to explain the scope of the influence of the development of investment in the agriculture sector in the context of the subject of the study. The author's position regarding the structural composition of the second section of the dissertation requires additional explanation. It is difficult to understand which elements for it experience of the support of the development of the agrarian sector in the context of ensuring globalization were used in the development of the methodology of research of the development of the agrarian sector. Analyzing the methodological approach, seeing the development of the agrarian sector of the national economy, clause 1.3. The dissertation should focus on the probable methods of calculating the limit values of the studied indication and propose an appropriate assessment scale. Also using correlation, regression, linear models clause 2.1. The dissertation does not indicate whether the studied time series correspond to the normal distribution law. The dissertation work management of investment development of agriculture sector of the economy done by Lí Chžuocžan is the outcome of an independent and completely study. Also, it meets the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Culture of Ukraine on approval of requirements for the preparation of dissertation and resolution of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, and cancellation of the decision of the one-time specialities Academic Council of the Higher Education Institutions, Scientific Institution, on awarding degree of Doctor of Philosophy is specialty management. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna Mykolaivna. Lí Chžuocžan, you are given the opportunity to respond to comments that have been posted in the review. You are welcome.
Thank you, Professor. Your comments are very important for me. We will take it into consideration for future research. But let me answer for some of them. As you comment that the market leading self-regulation and moderate government intervention are certain benchmarks for developing agriculture investment management in China. The combination not only give full play to the decisive role of the market in the resource allocation, but also ensure the stability and development of agriculture investment through the government's micro-control and policy guidance. This legal document reflects in agriculture law of the People's Republic of China and rural land contract law of the People's Republic of China, etc. The laws have clarified the basic principle of agriculture investment, investment subjects, and investment methods, and investment procedures, providing legal protection for agriculture investment. As you comment that the structure composition of the section of the second section follows a logical structure of describing the current state, sorting out relationship, and making predict analysis. In my opinion, the following elements from foreign experience of state sports for the development of the agriculture sector can be used to develop research methods for the development of agriculture sector. I think they are policy support, scientific and technological innovation, agriculture insurance, agriculture cooperative, agriculture education and training, etc. For example, we can study the impact of policy support on agriculture production, the impact of the scientific and technological innovation on agriculture production efficiency and quality, and the impact of agriculture insurance on farmers' production enthusiasm. That's all. That's my answer. That's all.
Anna Mykolaivna, are you satisfied with the answer?
I appreciate the answer and I am entirely satisfied with it. Thank you.
Thank you. And according to the rules of work of the Specialized Academic Council, we proceed to the discussion of the thesis, Lí Chžuocžan. I emphasize that all present members of the Academic Council have the right to take part in the discussion. Therefore, I ask those who want to speak out about this work. Maybe Professor Lukash Svetlana Mykolaivna?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to ask about this to be the first one. So, dear Lí Chžuocžan, thank you for your presentation. The dissertation work of Lí Chžuocžan, I want to know that the dissertation work management of investment development of the agriculture sector of economy, it has relevance, scientific, and what is especially important from my side, from my point of view, it has practice significance. It certainly, I'm sure that it certainly will contribute to improve the theoretical, methodological, and organizational foundation of the investment development of China's agrarian sector in the context of globalization. And all scientific achievements, they are real, and want to know that Lí Chžuocžan have shown herself as a strong researcher. She has shown as a strong and deep understanding of the topic of research by her speech, by presentation of the main results and the methodology of the research. Also, she has shown herself as a strong researcher by all answers for all questions, for all remarks, and also want to know that I will support Lí Chžuocžan during the voting procedure for awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Specialty 073 Management. And also, I wish, dear Lí Chžuocžan, I wish you success in your future research. And I'm strongly recommend you to continue your way as a researcher, especially from the point of view that you have already designed with your scientific advisor main direction today for the future research. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Svetlana Mykolaivna and Professor Харченко Tatiana Alexandrovna. You're welcome.
I would like to tell thank you our author, and because your answers were extending and your research is qualitative. Also, I would like to say that in this dissertation, a variety of research methods are widely used, including comparative studies, a combination of qualitative and quantitative research, a symbiosis of theory and empirical research, as well as mathematical methods, of course, and output balance. Of course, I will support this scientific research. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana Alexandrovna, for your opinion. Professor Reznik Nadia Petrovna, you're welcome.
I want to highlight the well-prepared work of the author together with the supervisor and focus on what they did best. Priority direction of improving the efficiency of investment provision are proposed development of the agrarian sector. A model of investment support was development and implemented, forecasting investment development of the agrarian sector. The research results are illustrated with the tables and figures, which makes scientific analysis of the dissertation and contributes to a better familiarization with the factual information present in the material. The digital material of the dissertation was calculated using multi-function econometric model, and its reliability of beyond doubt. The conclusions are presented in logical and accordance with the purpose and objectives tasks, fully corresponded to the content of our research. And so, and certainly I will support this work, and I wish really success to supervisor and to PhD students.
Thank you very much, Надія Петрівна. Professor Орел, Анна Миколаївна, you are welcome.
I would like to thank Lі Чжуочжан for her informative and interesting report and presentation and answer the questions. Dissertation work, management of investment, development of the agriculture sector of economy, done by Lі Чжуочжан, is the outcome of the independent and completely study demonstrating a sufficient level of development regarding the main issues of the problem under study. It is routine, appropriate theoretical and practical levels, holds scientific value, and carries substantial practical significance. Also, it meets the requirement of the order of the Ministry of Education of Culture of Ukraine. Thank you for interesting discussion. I will vote for awarding Lí Chžuocžan the scientific degree, the Doctor of Philosophy, is specialty management. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna Mykolaevna, and dear colleagues, let me also express my impression of Lí Chžuocžan dissertation. I again want to draw attention to the relevance of the research topic, and we all understand that the food security of any country, and especially in China, considering its population, depends on the efficiency of the development of the agricultural sector. Therefore, the importance of managing the investment development of the agricultural sector is beyond doubt, and the research presented today showed us a new scientific approach to the formation of a conceptual management system of the development of investment process in Chinese agricultural sector. And the main things in this approach is that it optimizes the use of agricultural resources in the regions and realizes the complementary advantages of the primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors of industry by modeling the complex system of the country's agricultural sector. And the author of the dissertation demonstrated deep knowledge of the theoretical and methodological foundation of state regulation on investment activities, which gave her the opportunity to improve the organization of the model complex institutional development of agricultural investment management in China. This will contribute to a better understanding, evaluation, and analysis of the principles of management of investment development of the agricultural sector. So the above allows me to conclude that the author of the dissertation is a well-formed scientist who deserves to be awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the specialty management. Thank you for your attention. And now, does anyone else want to speak? Okay, so if there are no objections, I suggest ending the discussion and to give possibility for giving some words to scientific tutor. Professor Inna Sahan, Doctor of Science in Economics, you are welcome.
Thank you, dear head. And My pleasure to all ladies for your such strong scientific support. I am really pleasure to see beauty and smart ladies in the team on Scientific Council today, and some words about my dissertation student. So, as the rule, the full text of my scientific review is in the case file and also on the website of the Sumy National Agrarian University. So everyone who wants can read it. And I would like to note that the highlights of my speech. The first, I started working with Lí Chžuocžan in year 2022. I had a lot of positive pleasure in official and unofficial communication with her. What about her professional side? Yes, of course. The topic of dissertation on that moment and now seemed me interesting and unique. Despite all the challenges that arose in the process of preparing dissertation, Chžuocžan came out of difficult situation with the great honor. And we always managed to find a common language in discussion. I would also like to note the students' perseverance in the research process. You all know that writing dissertation is a lot of work, but writing and defending in a completely foreign language is a great job for everyone. So therefore, taking into account all the positive points and strengths of the dissertation work which reviewers and opponents noted during today's defense, I want to ask all members of the Scientific Council to support Lí Chžuocžan in obtaining the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the specialty 073 Management. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Inna Vitalyevna. And now we switch on the Ukrainian language again, okay, because it is the rules. Нами попередньо було розроблено проєкт рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради. Дозвольте його зазначити. Спеціалізована вчена рада Сумського національного аграрного університету Міністерства освіти і науки України міста Суми прийняла рішення про присудження ступеня доктора філософії з галузі знань 07 управління та адміністрування на підставі прилюдного захисту дисертації Лі Чжуочжан на тему Management of Investment Development of the Agricultural Sector of the Economy, Українське управління інвестиційним розвитком аграрного сектору економіки за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. Лі Чжуочжан 1986 року народження, громадянка Китайської Народної Республіки, освіта вища, закінчила у 2018 році Гуанлінський педагогічний університет, місто Гуанлінь, Китайська Народна Республіка за спеціальністю адміністративний менеджмент. Аспірантуру закінчила у 2023 році Сумський національний аграрний університет, Міністерство освіти і науки України, місто Київ. Дисертацію виконано у Сумському національному аграрному університеті, Міністерство освіти і науки України, місто Суми. Науковий керівник Сохань Інна Віталіївна, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри менеджменту імені професора Михайлової Сумського національного аграрного університету. Здобувач має 9 наукових праць, з них 4 статті у фахових наукових виданнях України, усі включені до міжнародних наукометричних баз даних. Одна стаття опублікована у наукових періодичних виданнях Організації економічного співробітництва та розвитку країн, які включені до науково-метричної бази даних Scopus, а також 4 тези в матеріалах наукових конференцій. Отже, шановні колеги, переходимо до процедури відкритого голосування. Прошу членів спеціалізованої вченої ради проголосувати і озвучити рішення щодо присудження Лі Чжуочжан наукового ступеня доктора філософії зі спеціальності 073 менеджмент. Я, Олена Ніфатова, голосую за присудження ступеня доктора філософії Лі Чжуочжан. Світлана Миколаївна, будь ласка.
Так, я Світлана Лукаш, голосую за присудження ступеня доктора філософії Лі Чжуочжан.
Тетяна Олександрівна.
Тетяна Олександрівна, голосую за присудження ступеня доктора філософії Лі Чжуочжан.
Надія Петрівна.
Я Резнік Надія, голосую за присвоєння ступеня доктора філософії Лі Чжуочжан.
І Анна Миколаївна.
Я, Орел Анна, голосую за присудження наукового ступеня доктора з філософії Лі Чжуочжан.
Проти немає, отже, у нас 5 голосів за, якраз і повітряна тривога вщухла, а то заважала там трошки. Тож, на підставі результатів відкритого голосування спеціалізована вчена рада присуджує Лі Чжуочжан науковий ступінь доктора філософії зі спеціальності 073 менеджмент. Чи є зауваження щодо рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради? Зауважень нема, тому, шановні колеги, дозвольте привітати Лі Чжуочжан. Лі Чжуочжан, we congratulate you, and now you have opportunity to talk some words. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I have imagined this day countless times, but it has finally arrived. I'm extremely nervous. You know, this is a very important moment for me in my life. I'm very fortunate to be able to complete my PhD defense in your presence. Maybe the presentation was not perfect, maybe have some problem, but no matter what, I'm very, very grateful to all of you. Thank you, Professor. Looking back on my 4 years PhD career, I'm fully with emotion. First of all, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to my supervisor, Inna Soha. Your wisdom and patience always gave me guidance and support me through my PhD research. I'm very appreciate. Meanwhile, I would like to thank Professor Andrew Mihalov. He also gave me very much help. If I have the opportunity, I want to return to Ukraine and visited to my supervisor and our campus again. Secondly, I would like to thank for my family who gave me endless power when I was studying alone in Ukraine. My favorite doctor, Wei Lai, my husband, and my family. In addition, I would also like to thank my friends and classmates, Mao Rong, Xu Tian, Li Zongkeng, and so on. It is your company that have given me so much warmth, so many wonderful memories, and we have witnessed each other's growth. I'm very cherish our friendship. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the reviewers and members of defense community present for your valuable advice, which will help me to improve my research. The new year is on the way. I wish you all peace, health, and wealth in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lí Chžuocžan, and we also wish you to have a very good rest today, because I think you're tired, and you told us that you are nervous, but today we can see the very good job which you did. Thank you very much. And now, dear colleagues, thank you very much for the work. На цьому засідання спеціалізованої вченої ради у нас